I'm going to present you the menu of the GitUp Git2 camera and show each of the settings from the menu. I'm gonna turn on the camera. The first time when you turn on the camera, it's in video mode. You can see here. If you press the mode button once again, it will enter photo mode. If I press it again, it's the preview mode for the already recorded content on the SD card. And if I press it again, I have access to the settings and I can enter the settings menu pressing the shutter button. So I'm in the settings menu. I'm gonna fix the camera somehow and zoom in for you to see better. That should do it. So first option is the quick capture option. You can enable or disable it. This is useful because when you have the camera turned off and if this setting is turned on, you can take photos almost instantly by just pressing the shutter button, and the camera will turn on automatically and will take pictures. And also, if you want to make a video, you just press the mode button and the camera will turn on and start recording. The next option is the beep option. It's the sound activity when you press the buttons. You can enable or disable it. The OSD, it's the screen information about battery, remaining time and so on. Car mode auto start, it's obvious. When you connect external power to the USB port, the camera will start and will record. The custom text stamp, you can write something like your license plate or some information that will be displayed on your video. This is the LED option. You can have multiple settings here, like turning on all the LEDs. You can turn them off. You can have front LED off, side LED off, back LED on. You can select what LED will be turned on. You have LEDs here, you have a side LED here, you have a top LED here, and the rear LED. So next option is the screen auto sleep. You can select multiple time intervals, so the screen will turn off after a predefined period of time. This is the auto power off. The camera will turn off if it's not in use. The date and time setting, the language, you have multiple languages. Okay, the frequency of the light source, the TV mode. This is for pairing up with the RF remote that it's in the form of a wristwatch. An option to format the internal SD card that you have inserted. Default settings. And here you can see the version of the current firmware. Alright, so back to video recording. The camera has two supplementary menus, one for video recording and one for pictures. So when you are in video recording mode, like this, you can see here, if you press shortly this button, which also turns on the Wi-Fi, you will enter video settings mode, where you can select the following: video resolution, where you have a lot of choices ranging from resolutions to high frame rates mode. Okay, you can then go on further. You have loop recording. You can select intervals for this. an option to adjust the microphone sensitivity, a date stamp option, it's obvious. You have also an option for time-lapse video, one frame per 1 second, 1 frame for 5 seconds, and so on. This is very useful for doing video lapsing. Video snapshot timer. You can also select the interval. White balance. You have ranging from auto to custom. Of options here. You can set your custom white balance also. Further on we have Gyro Stabilization. This is actual shortcut for this button when you are recording a video and the recording is running. Pressing this button can be allocated to an additional function, and you can have something like exposure lock, white balance lock, exposure and white balance lock, audio recording, and gyro stabilization. So you can enable or disable gyro during a video and so on. Further on is the exposure compensation, the sensitivity, colors. You can select black and white, sepia, vivid. Vivid is very nice during cloudy periods. It will improve colors a lot. Normal, here it's an option to enable or disable the gyro. Wide dynamic range. Slow motion, it's for recording slow video. Okay. Sharpness for the video. Metering, you can have average, center or spot. It's a place defined on the size of the image where the camera looks, and adjusted the colors, not the colors but the light and exposure of the whole image. I use average, it's an average of the whole image. You can use center and so on, but you should take in account that during strong sunlight, if the camera is somehow pointed to the sky, all the surroundings will be black, or if you film something that it's dark in color, all the surroundings can be white. So that's why I'm choosing average. This is the FOV. You can select wide angle or narrow angle. Motion detection, it will trigger recording, and also the G sensor for shocks. So these are the settings for the video menu. I'm going to exit the video menu, and now I'm going to enter photo menu, and I'm in photo mode now, and I'm going to push this button. So these are the settings for the photo. Now we have the resolution for the picture size. We can have a real 16 megapixels picture, and also we can get down to 3 megapixels. Shutter speed. On the Git2 you have full manual control. You can adjust the shutter speed and ISO sensitivity, so you can take night pictures, and you have multiple choices here for shutter speed. Further on you have date stamp, you have time lapse, and you can select the frequency for time lapsing, the EV setting, the ISO sensitivity, Yet again you have multiple choices. Color profile, like on video, you can select black and white, sepia, vivid, and so on. White balance, yet again you have multiple choices ranging from auto to custom, and as a custom setting. You have also an option to take 3 pictures, 10 pictures in a sequence, an option for sharpness, the average metering. You also have spot or center, and a very important feature, it's the raw photo mode, and you can take raw photos, and then you can use editing software to get much better results if you do not like the compression from the camera. So these are the settings of the camera. I hope that now the menu it's easy for you to adjust. Bye bye.